and let's go, my friends. It is time to take off in another, could you believe, our third week of the virtual coaching, new generation of coaching here with me. And today we're going to be talking about listings. We're going to be talking about listings. So if you're someone that needs new ideas, new concepts, new insights, new skills, new tactics, new techniques for listings, guys, this video, this virtual coaching session is for you. This live is for you. So as you guys start to sign on, I want to welcome you and let you know that we are so happy that you're going to be joining us today. So whether you're watching now or later, whether you are watching us who knows when, just let us know where you're watching from. Let us know, your comments, your thoughts. Let us know your questions, and I will be more than happy to be able to answer those as time goes on. So here we are once again in the Champions Corner. Yes, the Champions Corner. And just a little bit of background, if you haven't met me before, my name is Lucy Quinones, real estate entrepreneur, coach for real estate agents and business aspiring people. And so because of the pandemic, because of us being on quarantine, I decided to bring all my coaching out of the school. Okay, we were ready to take off at the school with our coaching, but I'm bringing it live and I'm bringing it via virtual platform. So guys, today I am very excited that you're here joining me. So get ready. Are you guys ready? Get ready, because we're going to be talking about some great things today that have to do with what? How to drive your listing skills in time of crisis. How to drive your listing skill in time of crisis. So I want to set the pace. I want to set the vibe for us to really dive in deep into this conversation about how do I drive my listing skills in time of crisis. Well, there's no better time. But the first thing we need to do is let's set our mindset at the right dial, in the right frequency. Guys, our mindset is everything. I remember when I first started in real estate and I was a brand new agent and I had no skill sets. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to say it. I could not get a listing to save my life. But there was this deep desire that I had right here inside of me. Something that just told me, keep going. And that is the people that I love talking to. I love talking to people, whether you're getting started in real estate, whether you've been in real estate for many years and maybe hit a plateau, whether you are a top producer but you know there's still more. That is what I love to speak to. That is what I love to speak into, because I think that you can start off where I am now. So after 20 years of being in the real estate industry, I think I have a couple of things that I can share, especially having started out as an agent myself. So today I want to talk about skills. Guys, it doesn't matter if you've got money for marketing, no money for marketing. It doesn't matter if you have done listings before or haven't done listings before. As a matter of fact, if you're listening to me and you've done listings before, I want every agent that is listening right now, even if agents have done a lot of listings before, the rules of the game have changed. And that is a what? That is a great opportunity for brand new agents or agents that are looking to scale. And if you're a top producing agent and you've been getting listings for a long time, then you know what? You got to put the pedal to the metal and you've got to elevate. Yes, you've got to elevate your skills, because maybe you know how to go in there and sit with a seller, give them your listing presentation, handle all the objections, handle all the rebuttals, position yourself, pivot yourself, maneuver your tactics to be able to get that contract signed. But the rules of the game have changed. And so the question now is, how are you going to get your presence in front of the sellers? Guys, everybody is at home. And so people, whether they wanted to or not, I bet you, even the people that were resistant to being on social media, right now have no other choice. That is the means of communication. That is the way we're connecting with the world, with our family, with our business associates, with our colleagues, with our community, with the marketplace. That is the platform that everyone is using. And I'll even give you a little input from a wonderful, wonderful mentor of mine that is teaching me a lot of great things, especially for what I'm now having to do. He was talking about, Lucy, I've always been able to be wonderful at teaching people, in front of a crowd or one-on-one in a meeting, face-to-face, belly-to-belly. I was always very good at doing that. I've always been very good at doing that. And I never paid attention to social media. I didn't pay attention to it. I didn't think I needed it. I've had people that handle my stuff. I didn't think that it was really that big of a deal until this happened. Until the shift. Guys, and we are still in the midst of a shift. Things will never, ever be the same again. And so he goes, I underestimated the power of social media. And if it were not for Facebook, if it were not for social media, my organization, and he's a wonderful coach, my organization that had over 25 events canceled and just went nosedive into the ground, losing six-figure incomes and six-figure contracts all at once when we went to quarantine mode. If it were not for social media, he said, listen close to me, if it were not for social media, I would be bankrupt right now. Because the problem is, when you are this high in production, when you are this high in income, when you are this high in performance, when you are this high in the things that you do day in and day out, and you're used to doing them a certain way, and now you have to pivot, you have to shift, you have to leverage, you have to maneuver quickly. Wow, that is the moment when someone, and that's why I'm saying this, because I need you to understand we are at the most even, leveled playing field in real estate that we have ever seen. That is where a top producer can go straight down. Because if you don't have the skill of social media, of video technology, of editing videos, of doing your own graphics, of being able to attract the audience through this means of communication that you and I are now connecting with, then how are you going to maintain, how are you going to sustain this shift? And guys, it's not going to go back to normal. It just never will. I mean, think about it. I'm even asking myself, oh my God, I never imagined in a million years, if someone would have told me in January, Lucy, come April, you will be doing all your coaching and training that you were planning to do in the school. You're going to be doing it virtual, live, on the spot, real time. I would have said no. Why? I like the comfort of my, secure atmosphere, environment. I like looking at the agents that are going to show up and seeing them eye to eye. Maybe you like doing your listing presentations belly to belly, face to face. But now things have shifted. So that is the skill set that I want to help you elevate in this day. So if any of this has resonated with you, you want to get a paper and pen. We're only going to be here for another maybe 20 minutes the most, because these segments that I do, these coaching segments, are just enough to ignite you, just enough to get you stirred up. And that's why I always say, there's best is yet to come, because this is going to be over one day, but we're not going to go back to normal. So I want to talk to you about a couple of things that you need to think about when you are ready to level up or increase, or what I would like to call, here's a term that I really like to call, when you want to arise from whatever level of skill sets that you have now. First thing you got to do for driving your listing skills and arise from wherever you are right now is to overcome your self-doubt. Oh, you want to write that down? You want to write that down. Overcome your self-doubt. Figure it out. Figure it out. Figure out how you're going to do that. But I can tell you, and I was thinking about this all night, basically. Every time I had a waking moment during the night, it was this little voice just telling me, every answer is within you. Every answer is within us. Everything you need to know to do is within you already. We just have to get driven enough. That's why I'm talking about drive your skill sets during these times of crisis, because we are in a crisis. I was sharing this morning. The crisis does not make you. The crisis comes to reveal you. So you have to, number one, overcome your self-doubt. Overcome the self-doubt that you have, that you are not able to get listings. Visualize and believe. Visualize yourself. What is the final outcome? What does that end of the picture look like when you get out there to get listings? And I'm going to give you a couple of tips here and there, but you know what? I don't believe in coaching, the informational, the infomercial stuff. I believe in coaching, and I will never give you a know-how without a how-to. Let me say that again. I will never give you a know-how. What's a know-how? These are the places you're going to go get listings. This is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to say. That's awesome. I'm going to give you some of those before we end here this morning. And we're going to continue this today at 3 o'clock. I will never give you the know-how without the how-to. So I like to unpack my coaching in a very easy, practical, real life, way. The way that I learned it, the way that I lived it, the way that I had to walk through it, So, visualize and believe the end of the movie. This movie called, I want to get listings during this time. I want to position myself for getting listings and driving my listing capabilities and listing skill sets. Right now, you've got to visualize and believe, because the DNA is in the believing it. The magic is in the believing it. Can you close your eyes and see yourself in front of a listing person via Zoom, via Skype, via WhatsApp? Can you see yourself in front of a seller once all this is over and you are delivering that presentation the way you want it? So you've got to understand that you've got to see the end of the movie. If you have a goal for listings this year, this is a temporary situation. This situation we're living is not permanent. It is not here to stay. So it is up to you if you are going to drive your listing skills during this time of crisis, or if you're just going to do what I call stop, sit, and wait. This is not the time to stop, sit, and wait. So don't negotiate your goals. Whatever your goals were, stay focused on that. And that's why the first thing I said was overcome your doubt, because everything around us is telling us there's just no way. But where there's a will, there is a what? There is a way. You got to bet on yourself. You got to say, you know what? I may not be like so-and-so, and I may not be like so-and-so, and I may not be, getting, 20 listings a month and all. That's all going to change. That is all going to change, because we are at a very even playing field right now. So if any of these things that I am sharing with you are resonating and they're sounding interesting, give me some likes. Give me some, write down your comments, write down your questions. Here's the final thing you want to do during this time of crisis, is you want to become the expert. You want to become the expert. You want to, show up and be present, even if you've got to do it through these virtual platforms. You got to show up and be present. And how do we do that? I'm going to give you some things that you want to start focusing on. And the bottom line is this. Look, there are still people that are listing their homes for sale. As a matter of fact, right now, most investors are probably, listen to me close, most investors, I'll give you a secret, most investors are probably thinking, I don't want to take any chances. I don't want any headaches. I bought my property real cheap in 2009 or 10 or 11 or 12. I don't want to take any chances. I'm ready to, you know what? Cash in. You want to be the expert. You want to be the one that's there to help them. You want to be the expert that they can count on. And guys, I'm going to tell you something, because I believe it in my heart of hearts. People are going to start doing business with those that they meet, those that they know before they meet. And the only way to do that is through social media right now. It's through creating online events. It's through creating your online workshops. It's through creating whatever digital platform you can create for yourself. That is the time. So you want to develop a recognizable sign to yourself. You want to develop a recognizable design for yourself. I heard someone say this yesterday. Are you all about the product and service, or are you about the brand? Are you all about the product and service, or are you about the brand? Lucy, what does that have to do with listing skill sets? What does that have to do with driving listing skills during a time of crisis? A lot. A lot. Let me tell you why. Before this whole shift came into place, we were all about the product. Look at the house, look at the rooms, the open house, look at the place, look at the lot, look at the product, right? And the service. I will answer your call. I will return your text. I will show up. I'll be there for you. Look at all the stuff that I do to serve you, right? Yeah, that's how it's been. That's how general real estate has been. I'm going to drink a little water. I still get a little nervous. You guys make me a little nervous. So, you know, this is live, so there's no editing, so you got to be real. So yes, before the shift came in, think about this. We were all about the product and the service. We were all about, look at the house. Look, everything was the house, the building, the lot. Everything was the product, the tangible. And we were all about the service. All the things we're going to do. Why I'm the one that you should call. What I did for so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. And why I will do it for you as well. Well, that's the product and the service. But guess what's happening now? And this is why I love doing this, because it keeps me at the forefront of stuff so that I can come here on Tuesdays at 10 and 3 and deliver from the forefront as well to you guys that are out there listening. And if you've got better tips, tactics, insights, concepts, and ideas, then you know what? You need to start teaching some people too, because like I said last week, people are looking for the messenger. People are looking for leadership. People are hungry to know, who do I follow? You know, if you're too big to follow, you're too little to lead. So there's nothing wrong. I follow a whole bunch of people. I have several mentors right now, and I coach with several people right now, because guess what? I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. I have not become my best version yet. So don't think that because you are following someone, it makes you small. No, by the contrary, it makes you great. It makes you big. Here's the shift. Here is the shift. Before the pandemic, we were all about the product and the service. Yes, if you worked for a brand company, you know, supposedly the brand opened doors. Supposedly the brand gave you leads. Supposedly the brand, and I say supposedly because that's shifted as well. It is what it is. We got to call a thing a thing. It is a new day. You know, it's getting dark out. We need to get with the program and understand we are in a huge shift. The pendulum is moving, and it's going to move so high, and it's going to move so far, it's never going to go back to its original location. So if you're in real estate, I'm telling you right now, this pendulum that is swinging, this shift, this change, this moment of transition, it's going to shift so far out, this pendulum, it's never going to go back to its original place. So I'm saying that to say this. You got to become all about your brand. Oh, man. It is your brand, and I'll explain it to you. You need to devise, you need to design something that makes you recognizable. Something that showcases you, that an expression of identification that represents you. Because the consumer right now is not walking into the office, is not calling the office, it's not going on there and saying, let me look for the company. What do you think the consumer is saying? And this is where we are going to drive our skills during this time of crisis so that you can pivot, reposition, and move forward like I've been talking about. What do you think that the consumer is going to be programmed to do once all this is shifted and final changed? You know, let me go back and look for that agent that I recognize, that I remember, that that was the voice, that was the messenger. Let me go back and find that agent that said this, that, or the other. You are the brand right now. You are the brand. You are the door opener. You are the sign of distinction. You are the one that needs to position yourself and be that expression of identifiable you. You need to become an expression of identifiable you. People need to recognize your voice. They need to understand your style. They need to know your concept. They need to know what you're made of. They need to know how you flow, what you like, what you represent. Who are you? What is your image? That is your brand. Now, your brand needs to what? Be impactful. You want to get listings? You got to go into the listing arena Okay, and we can talk about the listing arena. We all know what it is: for sale by owners, expireds, new builders, people getting divorced, people going into probate, reach out to the attorneys, go on the Craigslist, go on MLS, go back and call your old expireds. Go back and call the for sale by owners from way back when. Go back and call people that bought their house in 2009, 10, 11, 12 and get them. That is the information. But information without application is what? Useless. They're useless. That is what Floyd Wickman says. One of my real estate coaches and teachers, he said, Lucy, information without application is useless. So your brand has to be impactful. Showcase your gifts, your talents. If you want to go after listings, right now is the best time for you to put your database together of all those attorneys that handle probate, of attorneys that handle investor documentation, corporate attorneys, because the investors are going to want to start selling. I'm telling you, the investors are going to want to start selling. The investors are going to be like, you know what? I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. I want to cash out. So you want to be present. You want to put together your ideas for marketing, but it has to be digital. You have to design digital stuff. So maybe your whole listing presentation now has to be done through a digital platform, and you can showcase that. Maybe you have to create your own, listing presentation that you can at the snap of a finger send it off to that for sale by owner, to that expired, to that divorce attorney, to that probate attorney, to that investor. Okay? You have to position your skills during this time of crisis so that it is ready. And you need to begin. Maybe you've got to do your letters so you can start sending them out and saying, hey, you know what? I'm here. I'm in the game. Let me know who I can serve. Here's what I do. Here's how I do it. And you want to present yourself on video. You want to present yourself digitally. You want to create your own digital listing presentation magazine, but not the cheesy, old-time peanut butter and jelly PowerPoint presentation. No. Don't do that. That is old school. Times have changed so fast. That is old school. You need it to be interactive. Okay? Kind of like, remember when we used to do the virtual tours and everybody was like, oh my God, a virtual tour. Well, guess what? Those virtual tours nowadays, they're really a little bit, not that, awesome. Because now we have what? Matterport. We got 3Ds. We got all this other stuff. We got drones. We've got the drone flying in through the door and going through the whole. So that's, interaction. So this is your time for you to develop. And once we get back, I'm going to be teaching live at the school. Hey, this is how we do digitalized listing presentations, and we make it interactive, and you come on and you show, and while you're speaking and narrating, you're showing what you do. You have to saturate the market. Start now. You've got to start saturating the market with who you are, what you do, your expertise in listings and what you represent, your marketing platform. Even nowadays, marketing has changed so much that you need to be able to showcase, this is what I'm going to do. But you know what? When people talk about this is what I'm going to do, guess what? People are going to go look to see if you're really doing it. I can't tell people, oh yeah, I do all this awesome, coaching online and and have nothing to show for it. Well, that's the same thing you need to do. You need to increase your value. Big one. And that has to be part of your digital listing presentation, guys. Throw away, please. Do your industry, yourself, the consumer, the marketplace a favor. Throw away those PowerPoint listing presentations, especially throw away those binder presentations that we would show up and no, I'm telling you, things are crazy. You have no idea the shift that is going on around us that we don't even know about. So you have to start innovating. That's why I love innovation. If there's anything that describes my coaching and training, it's innovation. I love innovation. That's what I'm all about. Because I think that we can't reinvent the wheel. We just have to shape, we have to reorchestrate the delivery of what we do as real estate professionals. No one's going to reinvent the wheel, but we can make it more, dynamic. We can make it more relevant. We can make it more competitive. So the next point is increase your value. You're going to have to offer more. You're going to have to offer more than the rest of the people, because right now the givers are the ones that are going to grow. The givers are going to grow. The givers are going to grow. We're living in times of generosity, giving, sowing, just putting it all on the table. And so the givers are going to grow. So you want to increase your value. You want to do more than just real estate. So if you're going to be talking to, you have to add to the concept of, I'll list your home and get it sold. No, here is the buffet of services that I offer. And start to showcase that. I'm telling you. Listen, I feel like back in 2013 when I was telling my agents, you got to get on social media, and everybody was resistant. Well, look, where are we now? Where are we now? And they would beat me up about it. Like, no, I am not getting on social media, and no, I am not opening up my personal profile, and no, I am not adding friends. Like, I don't know who those people are. Well, that's why it's called social media. Keyword social. Like when you go to networking, do you know everybody that's there? Could you imagine us saying, I'm not going to go to that event. I don't know everybody that's there. So guys, this is the mindset. And so you now have to add a buffet of things to your arsenal. You have to add a buffet of things. What do you do above and beyond listing the home and getting it sold? What do you deliver for a builder beyond listing the home, getting it sold, and putting a sign outside? What do you do for that couple that is going through a divorce that goes beyond just listing the home and getting it sold? What do you do for that family that is now waiting for their inheritance to come out of probate besides just listing the home and getting it sold? What do you do for that for sale by owner besides listing the home and getting it sold? What do you do for that expired besides listing the home and getting it sold? What are you going to do for that investor besides listing the home and getting it sold? So guys, it's not about where do we go find listings. It's about how are we going to elevate and arise from the situation that we left behind, where we were doing listings and promoting the product and service, and now understanding, man, this makes sense. I can't talk just about the product and service anymore. I got to talk about the brand. And who is the brand? You. You are the brand. You are the door opener. You are the relevant one. You are the presence. You are the engager. You are the one people are going to seek. And so last point that I want to give you is you must be present. You have to start practicing now so that you can perform at a high level when this market opens up again, and you can use everything on your social media platform as your resume. Believe it or not, everything we put on social media becomes our resume, becomes our curriculum vitae, becomes the story of who we are, what we do, and how we do it. Even in the professional world, and I've been saying that concept since 2017. In 2017, I realized that we were at such a shift when it came to online presence. I would tell the agents, you must put everything that makes you as a whole, makes you as a full-fledged, well-rounded professional online and let people see it. It's not just about, one thing or another. It's everything you do. And as a matter of fact, let me give you a little tip. As a professional, as a human, everything you put on social media, put the real stuff. Because as a human, we all go through struggles. We all go through ups and downs. Let it be an epistle of who you are, a storybook, a message of who you are as the real, hey, Lucy Quinones, real estate entrepreneur and business coach, right? Yeah, but there's more to life than just real estate, So people want to learn about that. So you want to be present. You want to engage more. You want to put yourself out there so that people get to know you, because guys, digital is here to stay, and digital is scaling. So if you want to elevate and drive your listing skills in times of crisis, you've got to start focusing on digital. You've got to get good at different things that you have not been using, because we will never go back to the real normal that we knew. And so I'll close with this. This is the best opportunity. Just imagine for a moment. Imagine for a moment, okay, a line of all sorts and levels of production agents just lined up at the takeoff, at the starting line right now, okay? You've got, I know I'm talking to agents that just got into the business. I'm talking to agents that haven't been in the business a year yet. I'm talking to agents that have no production. I'm talking to agents that have been in the business, and have production. I'm talking to agents that have been in the business over 15 years and maybe are stuck and stagnant. But I'm also talking to top producers, and I'm talking to brokers, and I'm talking to team leaders. Just imagine for a moment, all those people were all at the starting line, okay? That means we all have the exact same opportunity right now, because of the crisis we're living in, okay, to take off and maintain and sustain, but guys, above and beyond, scale your real estate listing skills and your real estate business. I'll see you all at 3. It's been a pleasure. Don't miss it, 3 p.m. We'll do part 2. Take care.